Hello, I am Archivist Saren, and welcome to my study. And today, we are back once more to playing some Dark Souls 1. Now, this is the second part of our punching-only series that we got going on here. It probably won't be that long, because it isn't exactly a difficult challenge, but essentially, we could only use either our fists or the cestus, which is essentially just our fists with some padding. And that doesn't really change a whole lot. I mean, our only abilities that we could use is parry and jab, regular attack, and heavy attack. And that's pretty much our entire kit. We can't block, we can parry, which is nice. That's actually very, very nice. I was kind of concerned about not being able to parry things at first, but we're good. We've died 9 times, which is more than I would have liked, but also less than I would have expected, so all in all, pretty good. I wanted to check how much humanity we have, because I need a lot of it for farming. Let's see, it's 6? It's almost exactly how much we need. Alright, because we're heading down into Blight Town, which is everyone's favorite zone, I'm sure. And we're going to need to try to get... First of all, I need to use all my humanities. A little bit of a waste, I know. But at as close to plus 10 humanity as you can possibly get with the amount of humanities you have on you, you get a lot of item discovery. So I need the item discovery, and apparently we're actually 1 humanity away from max item discovery. I never really looked this up before, but I just did yesterday, and it turns out that the max item discovery is being at 10 humanity with either the gold serpent ring or a symbol of avarice. I didn't know that. I thought they stacked, but they don't. So we are actually 1 away from the max item discovery you can possibly have in the game, which is pretty broken. All because we did the send skip real early, like. Alright, we have the master key, so we can just kind of break our way through here real easy. So Blight Town. That'll be fun. And we just need to kill slugs down here, because if I remember correctly, the slugs are one of the better places early on to farm the large Titanite shard. Man, these are quite the enemy to fight right off the bat as I start this stream. Okay, I don't know how I dodged that. Yeah, you guys are like invincible compared to this freaking cestus, so we're just gonna run. Yeah, you do your screaming. See if I care. Alright. Chest. That isn't a mimic. Thank you. Right, that's the key to New Londo Ruins. That's something else we need to do. We need to murder. Because, evidently, I can get plus 15 weapons without killing Ornstein and Smo if I go and kill Mr. What's-his-face? Ow. Can you stop selecting the frickin' mosquito? Hi, mosquito. Okay. So, we need to... Essentially, the order of operations here is we're going to go down to the bottom of Blight Town. We are going to get all the loot that we need to upgrade one of our cesti. And yes, I just said cesti as the plural of cestus. And once we have enough upgrade materials for that, we'll be able to upgrade our right-hand cestus up to plus 10. Which really, we don't attack with the left-hand one that often. So I think that it's just more as a parrying tool and... Ow. Not where I wanted to fall to, but that's fine. We're not human, so no Mildred today. Man, we do crappy damage. What is that attack? Have I ever seen that before? So, what happened there? I just killed the guy and spontaneously combusted. Alright. Well, it's not a long run there, but still, it's very weird. But alright then. Yeah, even with the Cestus, you know, I know that I said that the run is not, like, a difficult challenge run, but the Cestus really doesn't do that good of damage. It kind of just doesn't. So, you know, a functionality that I never really thought of is if you have souls on the ground already, like in this case, if you put on a ring of sacrifice and die again, do you still lose those souls? Or is it only when you place a new bloodstain? And since the ring of sacrifice prevents a new bloodstain, it would prevent the deletion of the last one? I don't know. I'd like to see someone test that, because I feel like that would be consistent with how that would work, but it would give some really good functionality to the Ring of Sacrifice, which in the current state of the game, I feel like the only legitimate use of a Ring of Sacrifice is against Seath. Because, you know, it's a guaranteed death against Seath, so you gotta just kind of bite the bullet on that one. Alright, heading back down again. Hopefully we don't spontaneously combust this time. I think it was that the tail attack that I'd never really seen before drops like fire on the ground, it drops like lava. And I somehow got close enough to that in the course of fighting the guy. What? We have no toxic resistance, evidently. Alright, well that's not gonna affect us too horribly. It's kind of a problem on the way up, not so much a problem on the way down. Because yeah, I have plenty of Estus still. We just need to go grab our stuff, get the bonfire, and the toxic will be gone. Alright, we're gonna ignore the fire guy this time, because evidently these guys suck. Oh yeah, you can have both poison and toxic. That is a little brutal. Light it. Thank you. Sit at it. Thank you. And you know, as preparation for another run that I was thinking of, I need to double check what this item is. Because if it is what I believe it is... No, it isn't. Sad. Where do you get the whip from? I know saying it was in an area in Blighttown with a chest that had a whip. And I was like, man, whip only run would go crazy. Because whips are actually a lot more, I mean, with the punching only run, it's kind of restrictive in range and moveset. But aside from that, it's pretty much open. It doesn't really cause you many issues. Man, yeah, this armor just does not have any poison or toxic resistance in it. But that's fine, I guess. I need to remember how the whole poison swamp route works, which I absolutely do not. Oh, and fighting slugs with this thing is gonna be horrific. Oh, they actually die pretty quick. Okay. They're not as tanky as the fire dudes, which are still coming after me. Oh, boy. I really should have gotten... Oh, free drip. I really should have gotten the frickin' rusted iron ring before coming here. I didn't really foresee that it would be a big issue, but evidently I was very wrong. But alright, just kill slugs. We have immense item discovery, so we should have a real good chance of getting some good stuff from these guys. But you see, it is hard to actually hit them. One large Titanite shard. See, we are well on our way. I think we need, what, 9? We have overall 3. Because, yeah, it's 1, and then 1, and then 2, and then 2, and then 3. So, yeah, 9 total that we need. The only really good thing about this weapon is that it is dirt cheap to swing. I mean, you can really just lay into enemies with it. Alright, nothing again. Unfortunate. These guys can also drop green Titanite, which I don't exactly know or remember what green Titanite does. I think it's like divine weapons or something. I don't remember. It's one of them special upgrade routes that I don't go down that often. So I don't usually have to remember what the green Titanite do. But I know they can drop like, what is it, like 6 or 7 green Titanite at the same time, which is pretty great. Nothing. Alright. Very sneaky. How do they even see me, I wonder? Because they're slugs, right? Do they have eyes? Do slugs have eyes? You know, snails do. Why are you still attacking? I told you to stop attacking like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, these guys teaming up on you are not great. Because they have the agility of rats. They can just kind of stun lock you forever. Why are you like this? Because they just pull back to do one attack and my attack just completely whiffs. I have like 0 chance of hitting more than one enemy with this thing. It is the territory that you work with when you deal with the fist weapons. Yeah, I do like that they're like completely deaf. So they don't notice you sneaking up on them. You can kind of single them out pretty easily, usually. Like that. That jump is kind of hard to time a roll with. Okay. Nothing. Alright, let's get back to base. We got a good number of them this time. Some were just from the random things on the ground, but we already have 5 out of 9, which is quite good. And there's these guys and the ones over there as well. These ones kind of suck because there's no real like ground nearby to work with. Yo, I should go get Havel's ring at some point. I feel like having that extra equip load might really help, because then I could have some heavier armor. Oh, plunging attack one-shots him. That's a plus. No more drops, huh? Oh, there's some green titanite. Alright. Man. Not great drops. I mean, we got 2 drops of titanite from them, but I assumed with near max item discovery we would at least find 3 or 4 drops, maybe some unrelated ones. But at the very least, just something. Alright, we also need to go grab that. I might as well do that before resetting, just so the people that pull on me aren't still chasing me down the whole time. On the next run. Hi. There's a lot of you. I don't much appreciate it. Okay. We have sat down, and we're fine. Everyone has reset. Now, hello. I'm just gonna go straight out into the swamp and hope that nothing pulls from me doing that. Yeah, that works. Alright. Because, yeah, having those guys stalking me down the whole time is a bit annoying. The mosquitoes are a bit annoying too, but what can you do about them? There's nothing over here. One guy over here. You know, the attacks aren't even that fast with this weapon. It's like the one major benefit of it is that it attacks quickly, and it's not even really that fast. I mean, the jab is pretty quick, but does like half the damage. And has even lower range, so... This is a weird slug. He just kind of walked into us for a couple seconds there. I was expecting him to attack a lot earlier. And get over here. And I guess they're not really slugs, they're leeches, aren't they? At least by the way they're moving, they seem more leech-like than slug. It would make sense in a swamp like this to have leeches. Just usually not leeches that big. It would also explain the spit attack. Because leeches do indeed have venom that they inject into the host. Anticoagulant venom, actually. So I don't know what it's doing. Oh, there's the big green titanite drop. I don't know what the spit does in this that makes it harmful. Because an anticoagulant on the outside of your body wouldn't really do much. But whatever it's doing, it obviously harms our character greatly. You have some weird timings, Mr. Leechman. Aha. 6 out of 9. Alright, you far slugs. Get over here. Alright, you singular far slug. Get over here. Okay. We're fine. Target that guy. Thank you. Jeez. Yeah, that first, like, secondary hit never really actually connects. We actually hit 2 enemies at once. What is this dark magic? Oh, there's another Titanite shard. That's 7 out of 9. Getting close now. Then we're gonna be able to go and upgrade this bad boy up to maximum for now. What? How did you miss? He was right in front of you. It was like a full actual attack. How did you miss that? This guy. The frickin' fisticuffs. Yeah, you're gonna have to do better than that. Okay, get kicked. See if I can. Green Titanite. And nothing. Just 2 more. We might even get 2 more on our way back to the bonfire, because there's still like 5 more slugs. If 2 of them just give the correct drop. Which is not impossible with this much item discovery. Just still quite improbable. Oh, we're running low on Estus too. I've been using it pretty often. I don't know why. This whole environment kind of makes me want to go play Kenshi again. Just the whole swamp place. It reminds me of trading thousands of hashish from the swamplands into Platts Lagoon, and also getting ganked by a bunch of swamp bandits. And what else is there along that route? There's beak things, swamp ninjas, those frickin' blood spiders. Ugh. So yeah, that route is very not good, but it is probably the most profitable thing you can do in the entire game, other than smithing. I think the smithing still takes the title as the most profitable thing you can do, just because it's insanely profitable. Okay, good. More dabblage, more health. Definitely need the more health. And 1 more go should be enough if we have decent luck. Alright, there was nothing over there. Let me just get you out of here. Yeah, running attack does not counter them. Noted. You know, my issue, I'm still waiting for Kenshi 2. I really am. I think everyone is. You know, there's a large population of people that are waiting for GTA 6, and then there's the, you know, the sad people waiting for Kenshi 2. We still have no idea when that's gonna come out, what the plan is with it. I've seen a lot of dev things about it. I've looked into, like, the news about it and everything they've been putting out, but it just, there isn't a ton of information just yet. And it is indeed saddening. Hey, large tiny shard. Because I get in these moods where I want to play Kenshi, but then it's like, ah, well, but you've already done everything in Kenshi. Like, build up a giant force of elite samurai soldiers and take over the entirety of the Holy Empire? Done it. Go and assassinate a bunch of the nobles in the slave empire that I forget the name of. Yeah, I've done that too. Most, even in the same run. Oh hey, I think that's all the things we need, so we can stop this now. Yeah, okay, good. So yeah, it's like I've kind of already done everything on my usual bucket list with Kenshi, and even with mods, it's kind of hard to find some new major goals to do in it. So that's why I'm waiting for Kenshi 2. To get us some new things to do. Which, someday it'll come out. Maybe. I can hope. Alright, let's go sit down and get out of the swamp here. Maybe come back once we have the frickin' ring for it. Okay. Hey, fire, dude. You know, I sure hope our damage will be, you know... I hope it'll graduate from it kills things to halfway decent. Because as of now, it really is just that, it can kill things. It has the ability to, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's very good at it. You know, the way that this thing, like, stretches as it goes up really is not encouraging to me. Still odd to think that those wheels are powered just by those little fire dogs, which, speaking of, we really need to get over there and get that. Never mind. Why are there so many of you? Jeezums. Alright, well, back to Firelink Shrine we go. We don't really have a ton of options now. But I think they're permanently dead when you kill them. So that guy, at least, is gone. Did not expect a million needles out from nowhere to just... I mean, I know exactly where all the guys are for that area. It's just I didn't expect them to see me that early and attack me at that range. So we're gonna have to come back for the Firekeeper Soul another day. Because as of now, we are on quite the time limit. Debatable as to if we're even going to get back to Firelink Shrine at this rate. Because yeah, we have one heal left. That's not going to be enough to deal with the poison. Oh, I think it's because we have poison and toxin at the same time. But we need to go up the whole elevator and everything, so we're probably not going to make it that far. Well, let's just check the inventory, see if there's anything that can help us. No, not really. Well, we'll have to try it again. But that's fine. The run out isn't bad if you don't get toxic. I just, for a second, in my hubris, was like, we can go and... Oh yeah, and I also died to the fire creature. Alright, so that's up to 11 deaths. Yeah, I was like, oh, we can go and get the Firekeeper Soul on our way out, but... Nope. It is nothing but hubris to think that you can do that. Because that is probably the hardest Firekeeper Soul to get. Including the one that Lautrec steals and you need to, like, kill him and his buddies to get back. I think that breaking into the frickin' Toxin Dart and Fire Dog stronghold to get a Firekeeper Soul is much harder than just beating up some golden boy. Even though I usually have trouble with that fight. I definitely will with this, with having, like, 0 range. But... should be fine. We'll just power through it. Alright, and that guy's gone, so he can't try to poison us when we're at the ladder, which is useful. It's the one good thing that came out of that endeavor. But we're definitely gonna have to go back for that. Get all the Firekeeper Souls. All the good healing. Alright, back to the Firelink. And then we need to go to Andre, because we have the Ember as well. And the Ember will help us get up to the +10. And then we need to decide if we want to try to get up to +15 or not. Because I would like to get to +10, do the Gargoyles, do Quelaag, and then go through Sen's Fortress. That's the main plan. But in theory, we have the key to New Londo Ruins, which I think is the key that lets you get to the seal, right? No, that's the key to the seal, isn't it? Which the guy gives you after the Lord Vessel. So we would just need to, we didn't even need this key, I don't think. We just run in, find the guy, kill the dude, take his key, lower the seal, get the Ember. And then I think, if I remember correctly, the Dark Wraiths can also drop chunks. So that also gives us an option to get chunks before Sen's Fortress, but we're not going to do that much farming before Sen's Fortress. It's really not necessary. Even with the Cestus, which is very low damage, I'm pretty sure a +10 weapon is going to be more than enough to take out the Gargoyle. So that should be alright. And Iron Golem is never that big of an issue either. I mean, unless he grabs you. If he grabs you and throws you off the cliff, then yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. Alright. To the blacksmith. But we're gonna need to go back to Blighttown to get the frickin' get Quelaag. I didn't want to do it while I was there because I didn't have the +10 weapon, which isn't necessary. I think both the Bell people are really designed to be doable with +5, but as I said, the Cestus is just a bit weak. I'm also gonna pop the soul items because I don't have a ton of souls left over right now. And I would like some to also level up once we've upgraded it. And the 5 upgrades are probably not going to be cheap. Plus, if I don't use these very frequently, I end up completely forgetting they exist, and then I never use them through the entire game. And that's just kind of a waste. Oh, but I should have saved the lowest two. I forgot that those... Can't those be turned into Framped for more money than they're worth by just using them or something? I don't remember exactly. But I think that's how that is. Oh, that's a lot.
I could smith one.
Yes, a mighty fine ember. There you go. What happens if you say no? Does he ever ask for it again? I don't think I've ever said no to it. Okay. Right, we need to ascend. There we go, to +6. And then reinforce it. +7, +8, +9, and +10. Perfect. Oh boy.
Don't get yourself neither.
Now let's go to our punching bag over here and see how well this thing does. Because this guy, he was not taking enough damage earlier for us to readily kill him. Let's see if a +10 weapon is going to have any effect on him. Oh, that's actually pretty good. And, you know, another benefit is that it's blunt damage. A lot of things are very strong to cutting damage or piercing damage. I don't know exactly how they categorize things in this game, but I know that your like strike damage is pretty unique for being good against a lot of things. That's why some enemies just get obliterated by a shield only run. And I've fought this guy so many times. I know all his tricks. Like how when he's turning like that, he's always going to do a jump attack. And what the timing is approximately to dodge the jump attack. Oh, we got a little caught on him there. Oh, he's being evasive. Jump attack. Lasting hitbox on that thing. And now he's running away like a big baby. There we go. So yeah, weapon works pretty well. If I do say so myself. Any weapon that can do 50 damage to a Titanite demon is an alright weapon in my book. So let's go level up and go beat up some gargoyles, because we're more than ready. Alright, let's get that strength and dex going. Because, you know, I think... I don't know. Does your damage scaling scale off of how much base damage the weapon has? I would think it would. So the more you upgrade a weapon, the more scaling it would get, right? Because not only does the rank of the scaling go up, but I don't know, I feel like scaling is a percentage-based increase based on your stats. I should probably kill those guys, shouldn't I? They're gonna just follow me in. How much damage do we do here? Oh. Oh, okay. These guys regret being born. Plus 10 Cestus is not bad. Not bad at all. Hello. Well, you think you can just block me with that wimpy little buckler of yours? Nah. Which I don't understand why bucklers have such little, like, protection. That's not very realistic, if you ask me. Are you not gonna do the you know? No, he's just gonna die, I guess. That ring of steel protection just makes us kind of immune to their attacks. Thank you very much. If only I had something that could, like, regenerate my health. Isn't there something like that? Like a ring or something that gives you passive regen, or is that just Elden Ring? I don't remember. All the Dark Souls games kind of blend. Did the guys in here already go out there? I guess they did. They all kind of just blend together after a while. I can't remember what games had what items that did what things. I can bury you. That I can. Goodbye. You're definitely not surviving this. Alright, let's go get Lautrec. Because... reasons. I mean, I hate the guy, but he also gives us access to one of the most well-rounded light armor sets in the game. So, we can't really fault him. I kind of want to use that humanity, but I'm just going to wait until we get a liquid humanity.
Then I am in luck.
That you are. Be free.
Thank you. I truly...
Okay, well, see you later then. Have fun killing the Firekeeper. Because, yeah, my brother has always told me, whenever you want to go for a light armor set in Dark Souls 1, always do the Dingy set. Because it has good all-around protections, you know, good physical protections, elemental protections. It's very light. It looks swaggy, you know? So it is just kind of the best, in my opinion, the best light armor set. Other than maybe the, what is it, the gold-threaded set? I do like the gold-threaded set. Because it has, I think it has, like, super good fire defense, is what it is. And that's always useful. Dude, why are you jumping backwards? I was trying to get behind you so I could get that tail. Not like that. I want to get the tails and I want to cut off the tail. Oh gosh, the range on this thing is going to make this real tough, isn't it? But we one-shot it. Oh, we do some damage. Okay. Range 0 out of 10. Damage 100 out of 10. Or I guess 99 out of 10. Get back up because your girlfriend's here. Oh gosh. Why are you doing this? Really hate that flying attack. Don't mind me. Why the fire? Oh, you're stealing my strategy. I'm the punching one. You can't punch me. Not the fire, not the fire, not the fire. Ugh. Drink. Ow. I mean, the fight was luckily, with how much damage I'm doing, it was pretty much in the bag so long as I didn't jump off the edge. And we got the halberd? Is that normal? Do you always get the halberd, or is that continuing the trend of the game giving me every single cool weapon that it could while I can't use any other weapon? Like, I swear, I'm gonna get the Black Knight halberd. I just am. I'm pretty sure that's guaranteed, because that would be the ultimate thing that the game could throw at me that would torture me the most. So that's how I know it's gonna do it. Alright, first bell time. Bing bong. Okay. Go down here. And down here. Gonna ignore this guy because, I mean, I usually get his gesture, but I never use gestures anyway. So why waste time talking to him when I won't really get anything out of it? So we go down here, and then we need to go back to Quelaag, who, if that whole experience is anything to go off of, Quelaag is going to be super easy. Because honestly, the gargoyles, no matter how much damage I do to them, they're still a threat. Mainly just because they actually just can outnumber you and or push you off the edge or wombo combo you with just infinite fire. So they have ways of being super dangerous, whereas Quelaag, she can be predictable. You know, there's just one of her. There's nothing super, like, surprising about her moveset or any combos she can get you in. The only thing that might be close is either her trapping you in, like, a circle of lava, or if she did that, like, explosion attack that can pretty much one-shot you. Those are the only two things I can think of that might, like, catch me off guard with Quelaag. But anything else, it's like, nah, she easy. I might want to go kill Havel as well. Who would be just kind of down this way. Ooh, and we could do, like, Moonlight Butterfly, because we didn't go any further into Darkroot Garden yet. And we need to kill the Black Knight to get his halberd. Because, you know, that'll be fun. Oh yeah, we do a little bit more damage now. But just, I didn't think I would find a weapon that legitimately has less range than a shield. Like, I thought the shield was kind of the very bottom of the barrel, like, you know, worst melee weapon you can use. But I think the Cestus actually takes the cake, at least range-wise. Thank you. Oh, I could have killed that and skipped some Titanite farming. I just never tried to kill it before because I felt like my Cestus did not have enough damage or reach to be able to reliably kill it. Alright, Black Knight time. Now, I don't know his moveset that well, actually, because there's only one of him. But I think he actually has the same moveset as some of the knights in the Silver Knights in Anor Londo. So I might just be able to take what I know from them and apply it here. But even so, ow. It's been a long time since I fought one of them. How much damage do we do? Oh, okay. Yep. See you later, buckaroo. Are you dead? No, you're still kicking. Just punch you in the face. Yep, Black Knight Halberd. What did I say? What did I tell you? I mean, yes, I have near max item discovery, but I didn't for most of the game. That was a recent thing, and it still gave me the freaking Black Knight, shield, not shield. I would like a Black Knight shield. The Black Knight Greatsword, now Black Knight Halberd. It gave me the frickin' Demon Great Machete. It gave me the Demon Great Hammer. I have such a collection of weapons, and I cannot use a single one. Additionally, if I put... No. So what happens if I put the Grass Crest shield in my other hand? Because the other Cestus isn't doing a whole lot for me. Because I can't two-hand the Cestus. So that means... I mean, that lets me block. And it still lets me parry. I just would like to have it on my back, but I don't think if I have it in the offhand that it'll actually do what I want it to do. Not the plus 10. Why is this so far down here? It's a Cestus. Starts with a C. I guess these aren't alphabetical. Yeah, so now if I go to that, yeah, the Grass Crest Shield isn't on my back, so there's no way to get it on your back with a Cestus out. And in theory, I can't really attack with the shield, so in theory, it isn't exactly a problem to have it. But I do feel like the Grass Crest effect is so nice to have. Okay, we'll just keep it. It's our parrying implement now. The double Cestus definitely looked a bit better, but we're still only able to attack with the Cestus. Actually, does that increase the stamina usage? No. Well, let's go kill Havel with our new shield. That gives us that good stamina regen. We could also get the Chloranthy ring. Because those two together are pretty amazing. So if I remember your parry timings. Because if not, this is going to take a lot of attempts. Oh, never mind. I don't think I've ever tried to kill you with a plus 10 weapon. Because look at that damage. Cut over to what was it, Phil Swift? That's a lot of damage. Oh, I am so lucky there. He bounced off the door. I don't think I would have gotten that parry if it had gone through. To prove my point, I sawed this Havel in half and repaired it using only flex tape. Alright, Havel's ring. An amazing thing to have. I don't even think we need to have it there. But that allows us to put our full drip back on, I think. Maybe? Is that... It's so hard to tell the difference between, like... I feel like there's slightly more delay there. But the drip... Oh man, the Hydro with this thing would be literally impossible to kill. I mean, normal weapons don't have enough range to hit some of its heads. God forbid trying to use this frickin' thing to do it. So now let's go back up. Let's try to kill Moonlight Butterfly, and then we're heading down to Quelaag. Won't that just be delightful? Maybe we should pick up the Chloranthy ring while we're down there. I don't know when I'd use it, because, I don't know, I feel like the gold serpent ring is just good to have on all the time when you're not facing a tough boss or something. Which, you know, I guess I could just have the Chloranthy ring as like a backup to put on when I'm fighting a tough boss. That's not a problem. Hello. No hugs. Only death. Goodbye. Grasscrest shield is so good. Best shield in any game. I was gonna try to do the Bunderfly. I forgot. That's this away. Ow. Except not that much ow, just a little ow. Why could I hit you at first, but not while you were in the getting up animation? That seems really backwards to me. Lasting hitboxes. Get out of here. Sippy sip. Yeah, we should have plenty of damage for the Moonlight Butterfly, though. Should not be a problem at all. It is kind of weird, because between +5 and +10, this thing really got a lot better. I feel like it improved a lot more. That might be because the scaling may have gone up, and thus the amount of scale it has to it just increased exponentially with all the points I've been putting in strength and dex. So that's very possible. We're not going to get the trapped set of armor, though. We're just going to go straight through. Go to the boss. Because we don't have enough heals to be wasting them on big groups of enemies that can make it so you can't roll. Alright, but this is gonna suck. As it always does. You know, it's Moonlight Butterfly, what do you expect? What? I have never in my life seen a Moonlight Butterfly start out with a laser. Not once. That's insane. You just need to stay in the dead zone and dodge well. And when you come down, oh, you are going to be dead. Ow. Not the dead zone. Where are you going now? At least you're high health, so you don't use, like, the grenade when you go over. You wanna come eat some moss? There's some tasty moss here. Yummy, yummy moss. Full of nutrients and healing. See, I got him. What a freaking idiot. Oh, and that shield is giving us the perfect amount of stamina recovery. Oh, but now he's gonna go sicko mode, isn't he? Using all them lasers and bombs and all sorts of bad stuff. Ow. For some reason, I was expecting the fast attack. No bomb? Okay, good. Yeah, this armor has decent magic resistance, it seems like. Oh, good. I hate this attack. Because I can never, like, consistently dodge it. Kind of a 50-50 every time. Alright, you wanna sit down again? Have a nice snack? I promise I won't attack you with a weapon. Only punch you a few times. See? It's fine. Yeah, see? It's no problem. Although I guess that is kind of a big downside of the Cestus, is that you can't two-hand it, which means you can't get the strength bonus from two-handing. Because that is very useful on weapons that scale with strength. But, you know, it's just another disadvantage that we get to go through the run with. Which is what makes it interesting. Because honestly, so far, this run has not been particularly difficult. The shield-only one was way harder so far. Of course, that one also got easy at the end once you get the frickin' spiked shield. Alright. Divine Ember. Not that we really need it. Is there a way around the Seal of Artorias? There is, isn't there? Because I was just thinking, I don't want to spend, what is it, like 10,000, 20,000 souls on a Seal of Artorias just to go fight Sif? I could. Oh no, he's using that immediately. Get away. Oh, I actually evaded it. Nice. I didn't think that was possible. Let's just get out of here. Yeah, I think you just need to get past the Hydra. I think that's the way to get to Artorias without, or to Sif without the Seal of Artorias. And that's not too hard. That's not the worst. So I could just leave this door closed and save my hard-earned money. And by it's not too hard to get past the Hydra, I mean it is completely RNG and a bunch of BS. But it's doable. But once again, I don't think I'll be able to kill said Hydra. Maybe I should go back to the, hi. Maybe I should go back to the asylum and get that, the rusted iron ring. We have so many things to do. There's so much to accomplish. We're only on part 2 of the series here. I don't know how many parts it's gonna be. At the pace we're going, we're gonna be done with the game pretty quick, like, all in all. I think we could go beat the stray demon, right? I think. He's not that hard. I have a +10 weapon. What could go wrong? And I have Grass Crest shield. This will protect me from all harm. You know? It's a great idea. I'm sure everyone believes in me. Including me, who set up the death counter to be able to handle up to 4 digits. I believe in me. I have the utmost confidence in my abilities. Obviously. Now, what I don't have confidence in is my ability to make this parkour jump to get to the asylum again. That is one thing I do not believe in. Ugh, okay. We did it. We're fine. Hard part's over. And then, of course, there's that thing over there. Do I need that? Is that something that's necessary for this? I don't remember. I think it's a key, right? I'll grab it. Yeah, undead asylum key. Kinda need it. Might as well grab this while we're here. Alright, I rung a bell, so he's here. Alright, well, let's sit here just so our respawn point is closer by. And then we're gonna go back to the asylum, get our Titanite slab, which will come in handy later. It will very much come in handy later. There we are. Whoa. Okay, did it twice. Good. That one's always a bit iffy for me. I mean, I probably get it like 70% of the time, but even so, it scares me. I need to go around this way. And then hide here for like 10 minutes. Why this makes the bird come get you and take you to someplace magical, I don't know. I do not have all the answers. But it does what it does, and that's all we care about. They really make you wait a while, though. Which I appreciate, because that means that whoever found that you can do that had to have sat there and had some dedication. Like, most people probably curled up like an egg and were just like, eh, well, that's cool, and then left. But the people that actually wait there for like a full minute, they'll see the point to it. It's kind of like the Dragon Communion emote in Dark Souls 3. It's like, you know, sure, it's logical to use that emote at the spot where the other corpses are using the emote, but at the same time, whoever found that is like, they were pretty smart, I gotta say. Alright, these guys aren't an issue. Ow. These guys are an issue. I hate torch zombies. Hate them. They're probably my least favorite variant of those guys. Okay, well, we are here. Is there two of you in here? Yeah, there is. Try to parry you. Still got it. Now we're not going to use another Estus. We're just going to run over here and sit at the bonfire, which is the closest one to the boss, I believe. And then we're going to try the boss. And that'll put us right back next to our cell, I believe. And that allows us to get the doll, right? Hi. Oh, I didn't... Oh, okay, thank you. I was gonna say, I didn't kill those guys, but, you just did. Now, I spent a long time fighting you just a little bit ago. Oh, but we can't stay near you when you do that attack now. That used to be a big opening for us. Oh, and we do just about the same amount of damage. Oh, no. It's gonna be this fight again. Oh, and he's using that. Because that extends back behind him a little bit, if I remember correctly. Man, and this... I think it's just that the ground is less stable here. But it feels like I have lower range than I used to. Which would be absurd. Oh, yeah, see, rumble damage. That's where that becomes an issue. Oh, this is gonna suck, isn't it? He really likes the flying attack on this. And that attack. So you really don't have to be that far behind him to evade it. Same with that one. Oh, man. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Alright, well, 1.5 bubbles down on him. Oh, he's gonna do another butt blast. Alright. Daring today, aren't we? Honestly, this guy is way easier to stay behind because he doesn't do the freaking side attacks. That's the only attack you really have to worry about, and then the floaty attack, which isn't really that big of an issue. So yeah, this guy, he has a lot of health. Yeah, we could actually just target the tail. Back at it, yep. Welcome back, Ebos, to the exact same place we were before. Just with bigger numbers and bigger explosions. But honestly, this is going way better than the original. I mean, look how much dabblage I'm doing. It's compared to its health pool, not that different. But I think it's more to some significant degree. And we have 10 plus 2 Estus. You know? Which really makes it so we don't have to be perfect. Doing better damage than I am. We just got our weapon to plus 10, so... I hate that explosion. But attacking the tail means that we're kind of further back in the first place, so we can kind of dodge it a bit easier. Unless we just can't hit anything. Ow. Yeah. They're getting a bit too comfortable with the timing on that. And he doesn't do trample damage. Also, when did this game come out? I don't quite remember. Because I swear, every time I hear the theme on this, it has that one portion of the music that goes do-do-do, do-do-do. And it sounds almost exactly, just that one part of it. It sounds almost exactly like a background music from World of Warcraft. And I don't remember what area it's from. Or what expansion it's from. I feel like it's Burning Crusade that's from. But also, I need you to get away from the wall, please. You remember the wall issue. Bruh. It's your own chamber. How are you not able to walk around in here? Oh, lasting hitbox. Are you even able to fully dodge that? 22nd of September 2011. Ah. Yeah, so World of Warcraft would have definitely been out by then. And especially Burning Crusade would have been out. So yeah, I don't know what soundtrack it reminds me of. I feel like it's the Horde not Blasted Lands. The Horde Hellfire Peninsula theme. Like the town they have there. It might also just be like the Orgrimmar theme. I don't know. It gives me Horde vibes of that era. I don't remember from exactly where though. Just keep hitting the tail. Yeah, this guy's moveset is way easier to combat than the main dudes. This guy's just a cheap imitation. You don't have the power that the original Asylum Demon had. I don't need to fear you and your Titanite slab. I fear no demon. Alright, slam. Go back around. Hit the tail, hopefully. Didn't manage to get it. We're almost there. So close. And in one try, too. See? I ain't afraid of no demon. Let me guess, he's gonna give me his weapon, too. No. Surprising. Yeah, let me just show you my slew of weapons now. We got the Demon Great Machete, Black Knight Great Sword, Tail Axe, Demon's Great Hammer, Gargoyle's Halberd, Black Knight Halberd, and I think that's it. But yeah, we've gotten like every major unique item in the game, and I can't use any of them. It upsets me. Because it's just like, those are such good weapons. And I can't use any of them. Get out of here with that. Get hit right in the crotch and the face. What are you gonna do about it? What do you, oh, see, he's afraid of attacking. Probably shouldn't be. Let me just use it to back up. Drink. Ow. Okay. Punch. Yeah, the regular sword, Black Knight, I think is the one that I have the least memorized. Oh, yep, and there's the Black Knight sword. Of course there is. Peculiar doll. Exactly what we needed. Now we need to go get the rusted iron ring, kill Oscar again, because he just comes back from nothingness somehow. Like, it's not just that he dies and goes hollow, it's that he literally, I don't know, he literally disappears when he first dies. So how does he just rematerialize? Did he go back to the freaking bonfire? Hi, fat roll man. Do you want to attack me? I don't know your moveset at all. I think it's just a straight sword. But I don't do PvP much, so I don't know the actual, like, weapon movesets that well. Only enemy movesets. But we can estimate. Punch. Alright, get out of here. Now just go get the ring and we are done here. Oh yeah, they reset this up. I half forgot about that, but then I saw its silhouette up at the top of the stairs and was like, ah yes. Why did I parry you? This animation takes twice as long as if I just punched you in the face. Yeah, you guys still don't do much damage, do you? Don't even need to dodge your arrows. Alright, there's two of you now. Oh, but one of you is a spear guy, huh? I actually forgot that portion of it. You wanna do something? Yeah, you do. I didn't expect him to attack, like, right then. Nah, the double team. It's fine. We're down to one. Now down to one. We're fine. Ah. Oh, but now I can't use my fast jab attack to goad this guy into attacking me. Yeah, get in the corner. Can't go anywhere now. Man. This guy is being difficult with his parries, and I don't appreciate it. Alright. Open this. Get the ring. Thank you. And now let's get the heck out of here. Can I go over this? Nope. Don't fall in the giant hole in the ground. Well, you guys can. Be quite entertaining if you did. You wanna... Losers. Alright. What about you guys? Are you guys feeling in the mood for jumping into a giant pit? Is that something you want to do? Because I don't want to deal with you guys. I don't want to deal with you guys at all. Yep, there he goes. Oh, is this guy being smart? Not that smart. I don't think they can ever get back to me. Oh, barely dodged it. Okay. Well, let's get out of here. I could trade things with Snuggly. What are the... I need to get my phone. What are the trades? I should look that up before I just leave without trading anything. Although you have to, like, reload the area every time, don't you? In this one. Let's see. New York Souls 1 Snuggly Trades. Well, could I get like some Titanite? Titanite chunks? Because that's what I need. Where to look for them? I know where to look for them. Trading. Only one item can be exchanged at a time. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Pendant to a souvenir reprisal. Yeah, so you can turn rubbish into a chunk. A lot of things into Twinkling Titanite. If only I needed Twinkling Titanite. Oh, you could get a Ring of Favor and Protection. Right, I forgot that was a thing. Okay, we need to go find some rubbish then, I guess. Though, normally I would have rubbish, because, you know, in Undead Burg, there's that area down below that gives you a free rubbish, but I never went and grabbed that, because at that point, we didn't have the Cestus, so we were literally doing 0 damage, and I just was trying to speedrun through that area. So I never grabbed that. So that means we're down a chunk, but that's fine. We can farm those later. Now, you can actually return from Anor Londo, so here's the plan. We're going to go down and kill Quelaag. And then we're going to... Can I jump in here? I can. Hi. Sorry to drop in. Anyway, we're going to go kill Quelaag, ring the second bell of awakening, go through Sen's Fortress, kill the Iron Golem, go to Anor Londo, and farm up some chonks from the big guards. That is our plan. And then we can come back here, kill the guy, because murder's my middle name. And then that'll be great. And we can get the very large ember. And then we can upgrade this bad boy to plus 15. And then we can fight Ornstein and Smo. That probably won't happen this stream. But it's just future plans. We're going to Blighttown. Why am I going this way? Ah, good old Blighttown. The town of the Blight. Oh, hi. Right, I forget that you exist. Still alive in there? Good, good. Oh yeah, you give me some worthless thing.
Ah, hello. I have you.
Yeah, I'm not in that covenant,
Not in.
so that doesn't really help me. Okay, bye. I would kill you horribly and painfully, but I want the drip. One can dream. I mean, yeah. I might speedrun this whole thing. You don't know. Let's see. Quaylog. Luckily, I don't have to do Quaylog skip. Because that is probably the... No. It's probably one of the most miserable skips in the game. Not the most miserable. The most miserable would be the Centipede Demon skip. That one is painful. Because not only do you need to do like a camera glitch. Or no, you don't need to do a camera glitch. You just need to glitch yourself through the floor. And then you need to parkour around while you can't really see where you are or what you're standing on. And you need to be able to navigate under the map for a good long while. So that skip is the most horrendous. Alright, down here. Don't get toxined, please. I wonder if I could beat her first try. Because if I can beat her first try, then I don't need to sit at the bonfire. And I can just homeward bone back to Firelink and not have to deal with making my way out of Blighttown again. But that... In order to make it so I don't have to make my way out of Blighttown again, I would have to risk having to make my way back into Blighttown. If I die. Something died. Good for them. Can I avoid poison going in here? I don't know if I can. I need to make it over there next. Yeah, I don't think we can avoid poison. We're just gonna embrace the poison. Yoink. You can go all the way around on this side. So Mr. Boulder Man doesn't see you and will iterate you. Nom. Thank you. Trying to give this run as good a chance as we can by conserving our HP with the poison. Go in here and we get rid of her. Hopefully this will be easy. Hopefully this will be a cakewalk. I'll just punch the spider waifu into the next universe. But my earlier experiences with her have not gone so smooth, so who's to say? I know, heresy. Skipping the cutscene like that is very rude. Ah, she actually has some health. Jeezums. Okay, she doing explosion. I've died to that explosion enough times that I know the telltale signs. That's a lot of lava, lady. You really shouldn't be laying that much down around here. You know, the HOA is gonna have your head for that. Oh gosh. Alright, let's head over this way. Okay, she's just doing that. That's not the worst. I'm down to medium roll. I should have kept Havel's ring on. I can actually put that on. Just run this way. Thank you. Yeah, that makes us a lot more agile. Hang on, Grass Crest Shield, don't fail me now. Where are you looking? Explosion time. Man, I remember when I was trying to beat her on my pyromancy only run. That was painful. Because she is immune to pyromancy. So the only option, basically, was to do the skip. Which we've already talked about. I'm glad I do not have to do on this run. Because it is a very annoying skip. Alright, come away from the lava, please. Oh, come on. I want to get you away from the lava, and to get to me, you jump and place more lava right next to me. You know how rude that is? That's very rude. I'm running this way, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. We're gonna be over here, nice and far away from the lava. So I can actually, you know, maneuver. Oh, great. Doing the friggin' jump again. Ow. That jump damage is no joke. What? Alright, we need to get away from the lava again. It just keeps making more. Now, the insidious thing about the explosion attack is that her legs come inward and get closer together, like that, when she does it. And if you are right up next to her body, that's why I keep attacking the legs and not the body. It's because if you're up next to the body and those legs come inwards, there's some positions where you just cannot escape. Because the legs collision holds you in. So yeah, do not attack the body directly, or that explosion will lock you in and will kill you. It's no fun. Just attack the legs. There's a lot of them, you know? There's a lot of targets to hit there. And now we can go through with actually being able to see where I'm going. What a concept. Ring the second bell, then we're off to the Funhouse. Oh, it's a bell ringing. Alright, and then we just boneward home. Because ain't nobody want to be here. Schwamp. We'll come back later to do the, you know, everything you do down there. But for now, oh yeah. Ah, but we get the drip. Yoink. Nice. Because, yeah, the dingy set, pretty great. It's lower armor by a bit, but look how much lower weight that is. It's huge. And look at those elemental resistances. So you see, physical armor is only down by 3 from this set, but magic defense is up. Fire defense is up. Lightning defense is up. Everything is better on the dingy set than, like, any other equivalent set. And I think Bloodstained is the... yeah. And then you get to look like the Firekeeper. It's great. Okay, so... Sen's Funhouse, that's it. Hi, forgot you were a thing.
Hello.
It was indeed. Yes.
Very well. Chose so to.
Tell me all the things I'm going to skip.
I am busy.
Alright, so we can feed him stuff to get rid of it. I don't need any of these. Give me money. Technically I don't need these because that's not punching, so I don't need these because I've never used them. And you can sell all of these, I think, for their equivalent soul amount. Oh, we have a lot of humanities now. We've been getting a lot of hard humanity and no soft humanity. which is very sad because I'm still wanting that last humanity on there. Where am I going? I need to go up these stairs. Okay. And then we're heading to Sen's Fortress up this elevator. And we're gonna totally get through that in one shot, right? Like, we got this. It's not gonna be a problem. Then we just gotta get over to Anor Londo, farm up 9 chunks. And actually, I don't even think we need 9. Because I think you just do the 1, the 2, the second 2, and then the last one is just the slab, right? Because that's the 15th level. Probably? I don't remember. So we might only need 1 shot for sure. Yeah, I'm certain of it. I mean, it's called Sen's Funhouse. How bad could it be? That's why I'm gonna spend all my souls preemptively, so we don't lose them when I don't die. Alright, let's get in there. I mean, we were in here before. We never came and talked to Onion, bro. That's probably not important. We're not really going through any of the character storylines. I don't really need to kill you guys. I just want to get around you to get this loot here. Thank you. Ow. Oh yeah, you can level up armor in this game. Ow. I need to do that. Okay. That I'm probably going to do off stream, because that is just going to be a crap load of farming for Titanite. How did you follow me all the way over here? Like, seriously, bro, how lucky are you? And he survived that as well? How does he just keep surviving? He can't keep getting away with it. Ow. How'd you survive that? I do no damage to you. Ooh. You see, this is why I need plus 15. Because, can you imagine fighting Ornstein and Smo with this thing? You know, it's like you're going up against the gods with a freaking feather. It's coming. I know it is. I definitely would have been clear to go, though, by this point. No, apparently it's still going a different route. Weird. Don't mind me. Coming through. Are you gonna follow me all the way down here again? No. Okay, good. Well, we can kill this guy. Don't have to, but... Man, we don't do much damage. We're doing great damage to early game bosses, but mid-game enemies? Nah. Ow. I walked right into that. I thought being behind him would keep me safe. It did not. You know, mimics are such a kind of powerful and creepy enemy in Dark Souls 1. Because you don't see them that often. And they are terrifyingly strong. I mean, how many mimics are in the game? I think it's only like 3 or 4. There really aren't that many. Which, you know, is kind of how you should do it. You don't want to devalue... What's it just here? You don't want to devalue the surprise of the mimic by putting too many of them in the game. Doesn't open from this side. Of course it doesn't. Why would it? So is this coming this way? Where's that boulder going? That way. Alright. Well, let's send it out this way. Good. We could go down to where the mage man is for the loot. Let's do that. A bit of a hassle, but there's a hero of a like a soul of a great hero or something down there. And that, in and of itself, is worthwhile. Just send one more down there for good measure to get rid of that guy. Then we'll turn this back to being deactivated. Alright, money time. You're not dead yet. That's fine. You will be pretty soon. And smack. Do I have the key to open you?
I am mode this.
I do. Master key. Yeah, go back to Firelink. Goodbye. Give me my money. That's what I'm really here for. I don't use sorceries. I mean, does sorcery include punching something in the face? If so, then I'm frickin' Gandalf, because I do sorcery all the time. But I have a sneaking suspicion that it is not. Hi. This is not good. Thank you for getting out of the doorway. I appreciate it. Hi, Boulder. And we gotta deal with the trapped elevator again. Very good. So far we've been going in one go. You know, Sen's Fortress, it was very difficult back when I was younger. Back when I first played the game. By this point, not so much. You know, by now it's really gotten to be a cakewalk. Mainly because I know exactly how the whole thing works. Every place I need to go, every little twist and turn. Now here's where a little bit of the RNG comes in. If you can get across these without getting sniped by snake men. By Sneeple. Ow. Hello. You know, my issue is I don't know how to parry the bleed ones. The guys with the lightning. I just don't. I never learned how to. These guys, I kinda know. To some degree. Obviously, I'm not super great at it. But the bleed guys, they have so many weapons. I'm like, how the heck do you parry any of that? Like, is it really easy because you only need to parry, like, one of their weapons? Why am I not able to move? I was just stun-locked there forever. So yeah, I don't know what to do about those guys. We don't do enough damage to actually fight them. I would need to parry to actually get, like, any damage done. Let's just get through this part. I should have just drawn them out and ran past instead of actually trying to kill. But yeah, it's just a rookie mistake. Won't happen again. We just gotta go full on speedrun mode. Not stopping for loot. Not having to wait for boulders because we already moved them. Not killing enemies because who needs it? You coming down this way now? I don't know. Alright, back to our favorite elevator that's never here when I get here. Look at that. It's always way at the top. Send this back outside. Don't mind me. Just speed run through. Don't even hit the needles. We're fine. Don't have to wait for the explosion. We just walk over here. Done. Okay. Sen's Fortress has been conquered. It wasn't in one shot, because we do no damage to those enemies and I tried to fight them for no good reason. But it was pretty close. Where are you throwing that bomb next, I wonder? Is it right here on top of me while I grab this? No, it isn't. Good. You know, if they coded that guy up there to actually, like, preemptively figure out where you're going and throw the bombs there, he would be so much more dangerous. Because he only throws it where you currently are, I think. And that makes him super wimpy. Because then if you just keep moving, he never actually hits you. Is there anything over here? No. Illusory wall? No. Why do you exist? I think I always think there's loot over there. And there never is. We could go get the cage key. That would probably be smart for getting back and forth across here, because we're gonna have to come back. Means we gotta make the jump. Easy game. Maybe I should have killed the giant first, but it's fine. Now we go down the non-OSHA regulated staircase. I mean, seriously, who makes a staircase this big without any freaking guardrails? Let me try parrying you. That's a grab. You have a grab? Evidently so. Oh, you're trying it again, bruh. That's not the right button. It's not the right button at all. And you just one-shot. I'm starting to see why I never learned their parry timing. It's because if you get hit by them, you're just dead. Because they just bleed you instantaneously. Alright, well, we're right back here. Good, I'm getting turned around. Just gotta make the jump, go down the OSHA staircase again, and not fight that guy, I guess. Because he just, I cannot parry that. He has too many weapons, and one attack that I miss, it just kills me. So, not really a whole lot I can do about that. Now you. I try to grab. No siree, Bob. Not gonna let you do those shenanigans. I can backstab you. Cage key, that's why we're here. So, yeah, I never really thought about it, but it's really ironic that the snake person has 4 arms. Because snakes have 0 arms. So, for the snake guy to have 4, that's kind of the opposite direction you'd think it would go. But of course, an enemy probably wouldn't be that big of a threat if they were humanoid but minus arms. So, let's open this and activate the shortcut. Kind of difficult to do, because when I walk out here... Oh, he got knocked down. It's weird. He usually doesn't do that. But yeah, usually there's a guy standing right there, and he tried to gank you when you come out of the cage. Excuse you. Alright, shortcut activated. Now let's go deal with the giant, and then the giant, and then... I don't know, maybe the giant, and then we'll be done. Oh, we could also go for the giant. Why are you running? I've never seen that guy just run away before I'm even close to him. Hello. You want to go on a tantrum? That would make my life easier. Oh gosh. He's tantruming. Now to punch. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. This is the extent of my damage. Oh, you actually do a double stomp. I didn't know that. I've never actually fought this guy legitimately, I don't think. I always just wait for the tantrum and then take him out. Got him. But yeah, each of these giants drops a chong, which will very much boost us forward toward our plus 15 weapon that we so desire. Is there anything over there other than Iron Tarkus? Nope. Alright. Well, Iron Giant, here we come. I better be ready, Hogarth, because I'm about to kill the giant. Alright, get in here. As long as he don't grab me, we should be alright. Oh yeah, look at that damage. Can you come over here a bit? Thank you. I don't like being near the edge. Doesn't give me much space to, you know, walk around. I'll be heading out, Ebos, I assume? If so, then have a good day. I shall carry forth, in your memory, and obliterate this giant and all the other giants. Because I know how you hate tall things or something. I am doing good damage, yeah. Well, not really good damage. Iron Tarkus is like 10 times stronger than me. He could like 3-shot this guy. Not yet? Oh, okay. I assume we were saying good luck with it because you weren't going to be able to be here. That was close. About files? What kind of files? Like Epstein files? Nail files? What other kind of files are there? You know, computer files? Like files but spelled differently with like a pH and it's actually a container for storing liquid? What else is there? Actually, I think that's all the types of files there are. At least as far as I know. There we go. Easy game. Let's not watch ourselves get kidnapped. Ah, PDFs. Good. That's always nice. We like files. We're gonna head over to the bonfire and then head over and start. We gotta get past the archers. Yeah, let's get past the archers. Let's go level up, go past archers, get our chunks, and then head back and get a plus 15 weapon before the Ornstein and the Smugh. You know? Those guys suck. Just more strength. Thank you very much. We need more damage. Lots more damage. Alright, this way. Oh, we already got the doll. Actually, I think this is the first time in a long time that I have had the peculiar doll before coming to Anor Londo. I always go back for that. So I could go into the painted world, but I don't think there's anything in there we necessarily need. Although maybe a second ring of favor and protection. We could get both of those. I don't know if you can equip them both. It would be kind of amazing if you could. Where are you going, my good man? I want to get to your tail. What? Bruh. Stop doing the friggin' fairy princess pirouette dance attack. Like, that does not seem very on brand for a big old gargoyle. Yeah, I like this model for him, with like the gold armor. They totally should have made like a separate gargoyle tail weapon that had like gold accents on it, just for this guy. A flying monkey? I mean, he kind of is. He's a gargoyle. You know, what are gargoyles but stone flying monkeys? Man, you just cannot hit him from behind at all. I just don't have the attack range. The tail was the only hitbox over there I could hit, and now I got rid of it. Luckily, he does about as little damage to me as I do to him. So. Man, it really is just impossible to hit back there. What the heck? And yeah, you can cut off their tail for a special weapon. Man, the low range really makes that guy annoying. And I got the shield and the helmet. That's what happens when you have really high item discovery. Assume you can't do that with every enemy. Well, actually, you can kind of do it with any enemy that has a tail. Like, Priscilla, the half-breed, she has a tail. You can cut it off. The centipede demon has a tail that you can cut off. The gaping dragon has a tail you can cut off, which I still need to go back and kill gaping dragon. I kind of skipped that. And then who else has tails? Most enemies who have tails that are like within the hittable range of your weapons, you're able to cut off, and you usually get some kind of epic weapon out of it. Or some other reward. God, these guys are gonna suck. Because I don't have very high range. And they have high mobility, so they can just kind of leave my range instantaneously. Oh, we gotta deal with them up there, too. Okay. Time for the rafters. Luckily, we have a shield we can work with, but that doesn't really help our range. I'll just shield up and hope that they all jump off the edge. You didn't jump off the edge. You fiend. Yeah, sometimes they don't. Very short reach melee. Yeah. I mean, I'm pouncing, so my melee is not exactly very long. Come along. Thank you. You too. Come here. Are you just gonna stand there for all eternity? I think you are. Luckily, they can't really dodge away on the rafters either, so... Yeah, I'm at risk of falling off, but so are they. He fell, yeah. Usually if you stand kind of at the corner of the decorative piece of the rafter, then they'll walk all the way over to the other edge of it and try a jump attack and just fall right off the cliff, which is amazing. But there we go. Oh yeah, now we gotta deal with another gargoyle. Hello. Ow. Of course he lands with his tail to the wall every time. Can you stop jumping? Is that all you can do, my good man? I have no range. Please, just hit the tail. Thank you. Oh, you went flying. Jeez. See you try to dodge around me down here. You don't have enough room to fly. It's just you and me. Close quarters combat. There we go. And down here is the painting. We don't really need to go there yet. Alright. No bonfire. I keep thinking there'll be a bonfire here because in Dark Souls 3, there's a bonfire right here in Anor Londo. But yeah, I know this game pretty dang well. I think I have like over 500 hours in Dark Souls 1 Remastered alone. Ow. I meant to roll, and it did not. And of course, Ashram Skull I've played all my life, so I know that game like the back of my hand. Oh, great. Okay, the only way we're gonna kill these things is if we just make them fall off the edge. Because, geez, our range is not gonna be sufficient. Because these, fun fact, these enemies are the enemies in the game with the highest reach. Or at the very least, they drop the weapon that has the highest reach. So, you know, it's logical to assume that they have the highest reach in the game. But, yeah, it's very hard to deal with. Very, very difficult. Especially when I have the lowest reach in the game. Oh, Archer's time. Man, you're just not giving up on this, are you? Oh, and he does a shield bash. Man, they made did this make this guy's AI smarter? They did, didn't they? He used to just spam sword attacks until he fell off the ledge. But he doesn't do that anymore. Oh, and of course he gets his bow back out. Actually, I might be able to get around him. On this. Yes. You fool. Alright, hardest part of the game done. Seriously. 20 days of non-stop play, aka 500 hours. Yep. Yeah, and I definitely have a lot more hours in Ashran's Call. Sadly, Ashran's Call isn't on Steam. It totally should be. But, you know, overall, if I could count all the hours that I had in that game, it would be immense. Because I have spent, in total, probably like 5 or 6 years consistently like logging in, doing stuff. And that's not 5 or 6 years straight. That's just over my entire 20-something year life. And so over that duration, at least that many days, like 6 years worth of days probably, I've logged in at least one character, done all my dailies, and logged out. And it's on GOG. I wish. It's not on anything. You need to go through a not very complicated. It's actually pretty easy, but you need to like download it from their site. Yeah, I could have parried the guy now that I think about it. I just didn't want to try it on that little balcony. But yeah, it's fairly easy to get up and running if you don't have any technical issues. But technical issues do come up pretty often. But once it's working and everything's good, then you just have full access to it for free forever, which is great. I don't know why I'm in here. I don't need anything from this room. All we need to do here is go up these stairs, do the parkour, head through this way, and open up the gate. And from there, we will go from the bonfire over to these guards. Alright, the black eye orb. We're not dealing with that just yet. Yeah, it would be easier on GOG or Steam, but of course then it might actually cost money and stuff. Plus, it's, you know, an emulator of a game, so that's not exactly official. So they can't really put it on such sites. So I don't know if I need the royal guards or if the regular guards, like these guys, also drop the chunks. I know one of them does. Ow. I don't do much damage to these guys. Not bad damage. The royal ones are probably gonna suck trying to fight, but... Man, you take so long to do everything, character person. I don't appreciate it. Of course, you're coming back again. Can I just get, like, one of you over here? Please? Okay, so over in this courtyard, only one comes over. Good. But, you know, they should have a good chance with me being at max item discovery to drop what I need. Of course, why is it always right-handed weapons? Alright, good money, no item. Now you. I tried to roll. Wow, that had a long build-up. And rumble damage. And the shield blocks everything. Are you gonna do anything? You're just gonna put your shield in my face and do nothing else? Why always the rumble damage? And why does it stun me for like 20 seconds? Okay, well, everything you do stuns me for like 3 lifetimes, so I'm just gonna have to go and come back, I guess. Because I'm not gonna be able to beat you with this much health if everything just keeps me stun locked. And I don't know if it's those guys or the big ones or both that drop the chunks. I know one of them does. But the first guy didn't drop one, which isn't super surprising. It's not the highest chance, but even so, I feel like they should drop them more. Alright, elevator. Stay there. Thank you. I almost missed it. That was close. And back to the bonfire. And we'll level up. And head back out. You know, it's probably only the very big guys, because if it was the smaller guys, I could just farm them over here. But I remember I don't farm them over here. So it must just be the really big boys. Which will probably be easier, if I think about it. Because the really big ones are taller, and that means that their shield is further up. And that means it's easier to hit around the shield. Because that's kind of the main issue, is whenever they're tracking onto you and, like, looking at you constantly, their shield is always right there. You're right next to your right hand. You know, your main hand, where you always attack from. And any attack that hits the shield before it hits the enemy is negated entirely. So, spending so much from A to B. Yeah, Dark Souls 1 is like the master of very large levels that you basically just run around in a lot, which isn't a bad thing. It makes the world feel very interconnected, but it does make it so there's a lot of running back and forth. And, you know, it's not like Elden Ring where you just have infinite sprint outside of combat. So you really, you take your time. We could also go and unlock the blacksmith if we want, but no need to right now. He might sell chunks, though. I don't remember. Alright, do these guys come inside with me here? Looks like they're wanting to. Nope, they don't go very far. Okay. I know this guy can be pulled singularly, I think. Yeah, the other guy hasn't noticed us yet. We're just a 1v1, us versus this douche. I'm sure we'll be fine. I do, like, no damage to this man. Oh, I ended up, you know, kind of staggering him right as he did the wind up for his spell. That was interesting. Yeah, I swear because this guy's bigger, he's actually easier to fight. The only problem with them is probably, you know, that they heal. That'll definitely put a bit of a damper on the situation. But it's fine. Let's go deal with this loser first. Ah, but of course the big guy's just coming right up with us. That's no good. Get pounched. Thank you. Anything from you? Nope. Sad. I was really wanting a plunging attack there. It'd have been so cool. Can you stop just jumping away, my man? Ow. That really just does not want anything to do with me right now. He saw what I did with the other guy. He was like, nah, I'm not gonna be doing it the same way as him. I'm just gonna run. You're also being very annoying. The other guy just kind of spammed shield slams. You're doing those weird attacks that hit in like a 360-degree arc around you, which is very unfair. Like, where am I supposed to stand? You know, I don't know why people were saying that the fist weapons were bad because they had no stagger. This obviously has some decent stagger. It's not a lot. You know, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's a ultra greatsword level of stagger, but it's not bad. Maybe they were talking about like the claw, because slashing damage probably does less stagger than bludgeoning. Alright, well, let's head up to the blacksmith guy. Can I just run straight down into the tower? I think I can, but I think going up here gets you more loot. To jump into this. There we go. You go out onto this? No. Drink up. Plunge attack this guy. How did you not take any? Okay, bye. Gonna say, how'd you not get pushed backwards by that? But he pushed himself backwards. Okay. Those guys suck. Their weapon is great, but they suck. Alright, do you sell Titanite chunks? Because that would make life a lot easier. No. Sad. Not too cold, you hope? Well, it's actually not cold enough, if you ask me. I mean, the most we've gotten is like a little bit of frost on the ground. And that's about it. So, yeah, I could do with some snow. We usually only get snow like 1 week a year around here, which is unfortunate. And it makes it kind of a novelty, but I don't think this year we're going to get any snow. Because we didn't at all through December, which is pretty normal. December usually doesn't snow. It's usually the first or second week of January where the snow really starts to come in. But this year, it was just a little bit too warm. I think like every 2 years or so, it's a bit of a warmer winter and it just doesn't snow at all. So, unfortunate. Maybe about 30 degrees Fahrenheit. About there, yeah. Just above freezing. But not enough precipitation to actually cause snowing or anything. But there's always next year. Or I could move somewhere that's snowier once I have any kind of money to do that. I would like to move. I would really like to move. Because there's a lot of states that are better and cheaper and just better weather, better, you know, government leadership. Because here they waste money on the dumbest things. It is so ludicrous. So yeah, I would like to leave. I'd like to go somewhere someday. But that takes a lot of money, you know, moving out of state. Gotta find a place and then get a moving truck or hire a moving truck and get all the way a couple states over and get a couple nights at 19 degrees Fahrenheit. That is pretty cold. I haven't really been keeping track of how cold it has been around here lately. I don't know. I don't check numbers a lot, I've noticed. I don't check the temperature numbers. I don't really check what day it is or what the date is at all. See the world maybe for a bit. I mean, that would take too much money, and a lot of people seem to want to see the world, but I've always been the kind of person that's like, I like to just settle down somewhere and never leave, you know? I'm one of them sedentary humans that doesn't like to uproot and go places. I want to have a nice comfy town out in the middle of nowhere where I know everybody and I never have to leave. You know? Who needs to see the world when you got Fred next door that bakes his own bread because it rhymes with Fred, and you get to have some of it sometimes. Like, isn't that all you could ask for in life? Because yeah, I've never been made for big city areas, you know. Partly, you know, just anxiety-wise. Can't deal with crowds and stuff, but also just the sheer amount of people is too much, like, population density, if you ask me. There we go. Give me the loot. Nope. Okay. I mean, you know, maybe someday I'll see the world in some way, but probably not on purpose. Kind of like how I've already been to Mexico. Why are you blocking with a bow? Very rude, you know. They're trying to combo me. Of course, I'm taking a freaking nap for 10 years because this guy hit me once. How can you hit me mid-air while I'm rolling? Why aren't you drinking? I pressed R so many times. But yeah, I've been down through Oregon and California and Mexico. Only like northern Mexico though. I haven't gone super deep in there. Another part of Mexico, it was not a touristy part. That is what I know. I think the place was San Vicente. I was there on a mission trip, and we were at this shelter. It's like a place that helps women who are in like abusive relationships and stuff, and then they like stay there and work in the community to like build up money, and then they can buy their own little piece of property on the same land that the shelter is on. And so we were there as part of a construction crew that was going to help some of those women build their own houses. I remember our job mainly was digging ditches. And I think we did a bit of weeding, and then I think we also on a different trip did some roofing. So, lots of cool stuff. We got a lot done. I distinctly remember burning through like a dozen water bottles in a day. This is like 100-degree weather, and we're digging in compacted Mexican soil. And it is very tough soil. And so like 100 degrees, working all day, and we got plenty of water, plenty of food. You know, we were fine health-wise, but I distinctly remember drinking like a dozen water bottles with electrolytes and then not even needing to go to the bathroom later. It was like my body just used up every single drop of the liquid to survive out there. It was a rough time, but certainly a very worthwhile thing, you know? Beijing, Paris, Austria, Spain, Italy, the Netherlands. Wow. Day trips to Germany. I actually recently had a dream where I had a flight to northern Germany for some reason. I don't know why I was going there. I don't even speak like fluent German or anything, so I would probably be kind of lost there, but it was an odd dream. I did used to know someone from Germany. I remember in the dream, I think I actually like texted them, was like, I'm in Germany now, help me. I don't know where I am. It was a weird dream. These guys are not dropping anything. I think we might need to go to plan B, which is Dark Wraiths. Because let's see. No, don't reload the page. I really hate the browser on my phone. Thing is utter garbo, because every time I close it and reopen it, it opens a new tab, and it's like, I don't want a new tab, I want the tab I was on. Let's see. Tiny Night Chunks. Dark Wraith Knights in New Londo Ruins. Yeah, so they have a rare drop for that. Alright, we could go through the Great Hollow and kill the crystal lizards. There's that. Those would give a good amount. Drops off Black Knights. And perish, killing the first flame. We can't get to the killing of the first flame yet. That's for sure. Royal Sentinels in Anor Londo. Yeah, so that's who we were killing. Right, we need to kill the giants in Sen's Fortress. So that'll be our next stop. Sen's Fortress giants. And then drops from Vagrants. We don't have any Vagrants. Alright, well, that's going to be our plan. We go back to Sen's Fortress. you try to speak German, they're very welcoming and open to help you understand while speaking English. Oh. Well, I do probably know enough German to communicate decently. Or at the very least, I'd be able to understand a little bit of what they're saying if they talk in simple words, you know? Like, if somebody comes up to me as like, Guten Tag, wie geht's? I would be like, ich bin gut. You know? Simple stuff. But aside from stuff like that, I'd be like, what the heck is this man saying? I have no idea. And we're getting kidnapped again. Well, average London experience right now. Yeah, I talked about it, I think, yesterday, how I should get back on, like, Duolingo and keep learning languages before I'm too old to do that. Because... Hi, you're back. Because I've been away from it too long. Alright, now I don't remember the jump to get over here. Is it just to jump off of this? I think it is. Alright. This is a tough one, I remember. Ow. Okay. Yeah, and I definitely have the settler mentality just because, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the world looks very similar to each other. And if you're just happy where you are, then you don't need to spend a bunch of time and money going elsewhere. It gives you more time for games. Ow. Ow. I hate this, like, slanted surface. I can't really get any good... Oh, we should not be here. We are out of Estus. You have a different moveset than the other guy? You seem to. Maybe not. Maybe he just is using... Oh, he's using that attack. That's actually good for us. Are we doing more damage to you? I think you're easier than the firebomb one. Yeah, we're doing way more damage to you than we were to the other guy. Yeah, do that again. That's gonna help your case. There we go. Where's my item? Did you drop it in the ground or something? I guess here he doesn't drop an item. I thought they always did. How do I get out of here? I don't have enough health. Let's see. I can use a humanity, which has a dual purpose, because that'll get me up to the 10 humanity I need for item discovery, and heal me up enough that maybe I can drop down here. Yes. Okay. Now there's no boulders ever again, I think. Yeah, and I suppose it is good to learn about how people live in other, you know, countries, other parts of the world. But at the same time, I feel like I could probably learn about that online. Though, probably not the same. Oh my wee. Gosh. Thanks, snake people. Alright, now we can go back up to the cages. That'll take us down to the bottom of Sen's Fortress. And then we need to work our way back up, kind of. Where do we need to go for that? Oh, we need to go down. How do we get down? I don't remember. We'll figure out a way. There's some way to get to the bottom of the fortress, and then from there you take a ladder to go back up, and that gets you to the giant that drops a chunk again. So I need a bonfire first, probably. Because, yeah, you need to be able to go up there. Means you need to go down there, which is easier said than done. Just another form of book smart. Yeah, I guess that's true. You can't really know. It's kind of like when I went to Mexico. Like, you can hear all about Mexican culture and how people live and all that, but until you're actually there, you don't get a full grasp of what the situation in the country is like. And it was crazy. It's like the second you cross the border, everything is different. You know? Just it's not even just the like culture, it's literally just how people live and everything like that. Like in America, you have, you know, houses, apartments, and homeless tents and stuff all over the place. But then when you go down to Mexico, at least the parts that I went through, there was like all over the countryside. Whenever you're driving on the roadways, you'll see these like little shanty houses, you know, little metal and wood buildings and stuff like that. That's like, I don't know exactly how you would describe it. It's like not homeless camps, but it's, I don't even know. It's like fancy, non-official housing. And we just don't have anything like that, at least not like out in the open in America. Like maybe if you go out into the woods, you'd find some cabin, you know, that somebody just made and is living in. But for the most part, you wouldn't find that just right off of one of the main roads. But over there, it's just like, ah, yeah, you just make a shack right off the road. Just live there, I guess. Crazy, because they were everywhere. Settlements almost. I mean, they were like individual houses. I don't know. I don't know what the whole situation with that is. If that's like, that's just where people decide to live. It's just out next to a highway. But I mean, can you stop shooting at me? I'm trying to have enough health to drop down here. Okay. Well, we survived so far. Probably not for much longer. Hi, Titanite Demon. Okay, back up this way. So yeah, it was an odd experience. And you know, a lot of the roads are dirt down there, at least in certain towns. Not all of them. But in the town that we were in, a lot of the roads were dirt. There was no concrete or asphalt, you know, roading. And also curbs were really high in any place that there was roads, you know? It was kind of crazy, because, you know, you would have to take a full step up. Like, it was a 1.5 foot tall curb in some places. So, very different. Very, very, very different. And the food down there was amazing. Like, you know, both the food they fed us at the place we were working and in town, just the, you know, there was this one bakery that had some really good croissants. And then there was this one place we went to, I think for, I don't know, what did we go there for? Might have been like tacos or something. But it was a nice, like, open air restaurant. Very nice place. And actually, it was so funny, because while we were there, there was this one dude that we overheard them say the word quesadilla, I think. And it's like, bro, you're literally in Mexico. You can't say that. That's not how you say it. Oh, great. He started that really unexpectedly. Yeah, either before cars or just, you know, there just aren't enough cars in the area. We drove through it. It was quite you know, fine. I mean, we had a van, had good suspension. Didn't really care too much about the dirt roads. I think we got stopped by border security too on the way down there. It was great. And one of the air conditioners in one of the vans went out. So everyone on the trip had to like take turns being in either van so that people could have turns in the air conditioned one. It was an interesting ride up and down. Because like not only is Mexico incredibly hot, but also, you know, frickin' California, which we had to drive all the way up the length of, is also incredibly hot. And it was in the summer too. Like we were not there on a winter type trip. I think it was like July both times I went. So yeah, interesting trips. Lots of memories about those. Gotta go back up here and hope the serpent guys don't follow me up. No, they're definitely following me up. I think I could kick them back down the ladder. Hi. You just chilling? Just hanging out there? Okay, well I can't kick if you're just gonna be doing that. Okay, how am I supposed to do anything against this? The friggin' posse of serpent men. Maybe this guy can hit them. Nope. They are immune to his wiles. So many of them. Why? There's nowhere else I can run. I would have had to do the jump again. I think that's 2 more there. Oh, let's try that again. All this is just for a singular chunk. Maybe it would be best to just go all the way back to the New Londo ruins, because at least with Dark Wraiths, I know I can kill them. Like, I'm decent with their moveset. I haven't had to fight them in a long time, but I have done it. I know that I can. Improving the route a little bit. Oh, of course, this guy's down here now. Why can you jump 5 miles at that? Why are you jumping on me now? Why is everything trying to go against us all at once? Let me guess, this guy... Yep, they're trying to follow me again. There's just nothing I can do about it. Because they're going to follow me up here, and there's 2 of them, so I'm just going to be completely outnumbered from the beginning. And of course, he has that frickin' little jump thing. Oh my gosh, I hate these guys so much. Why? Well, there goes all our frickin' humanity. That's 10 humanities gone for 1 Titanite chunk. It's probably not even worth it. I should just go and deal with the Dark Wraiths. Although now I can't. We're gonna have to revise our entire strategy. Okay. We're going to the depths to farm rats. And in the duration of farming rats, we need to get a bunch of humanity so that we have a bunch of extra in case this happens again. Then we need to go back and go to New Londo ruins and farm Dark Wraiths until we have enough chunks. And I'm probably going to do it off stream because, or at least a lot of farming off stream, because I also need to improve my armor, which will require, I think, like, no, they can only go to plus 10, I think. So that's what, 1, 2, then 3. Yeah, so I think that's only 6 of each crafting material for each piece of armor, but still. That's going to be an insanely intensive process. So, first to the depths, which is this way. We never really went through the depths. But at least it's easier than being ganged up on by, like, tens of snake people. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about any of you. You do no damage. Just let me through. I don't know, maybe I should have just stuck to killing the Royal Sentinels, even though they were not dropping them very quickly, nor were they anywhere near any bonfire, so wasn't efficient in the first place, but at least it was a safe and consistent run back. Not that whole issue. Yeah, I also don't care about you guys. You guys similarly do no damage. Except for you, dang torch guys. Oh yeah, running this way is not the way that you can just run past. Why are you still here? You, I can't really do any damage to, so... Why are you so annoying? These dang torch guys just always trying to interject where they're not wanted. Okay. Well, we got to the depths. Oh, we did get a liquid humanity, which is nice. Where are my humanities? In here. I'm gonna use all mine again to get enough humanity to be able to farm humanity, which is ironic, but I think with this ring and with the sheer amount of humanity, or the sheer amount of item discovery we have from our humanities that we have right now, we should be alright. We should be able to farm this rather quickly. Although rats are gonna suck trying to fight them at this range, because yeah, they have the frickin' one frame attack that they always use. This guy will try to drop down, but apparently you can stop him if you get to him early enough. Humanity. I don't know why rats have humanity. Isn't that concerning? That should probably be more concerning to us. And I probably don't want to kill the boss of this area yet. I wanted to for a second, because I was like, oh, well, while we're here, we should probably do that on stream. But I don't think that would be a great idea. Oh, hi. I forgot you were, like, right there. Why are you buffing these monstrosities? More humanity, thank you. Now you're dead, thank you. I wonder if he buffed the guy in the box. No, he did not. Good. Go grab this. Large Titanite. And then you just rinse and repeat. Oh, he buffed that guy just hiding in the corner over there. Aren't you the rat that always runs away down that corridor over there? Alright, but we already got 2 humanities, which is actually perfect, because that gets us up to our soft cap of 10. In some ways, things are the same throughout the US, but there are a lot of differences, like, with different flora, different fauna, different foods and customs. Like, people act differently, talk differently. There's a surprising amount of differentiation between each state. Alright, we can do this. Come on. Yeah, okay. Because, yeah, in, I don't know, Oregon was pretty similar. I live in Washington, so all the way up on the top left of the United States. But, Oregon, right below us, is fairly similar in a lot of ways. They have a, you know, equally wasteful government in that state as well. They also apparently legalized cocaine. I don't know if that's still a thing, but geez. So there's that. Because apparently decriminalizing everything makes it so nobody can be put in jail. Who would have guessed? You'd make a lot fewer criminals when you just don't arrest anyone for anything. Oh, that was also the state where they stopped arresting people for shoplifting. Yeah, Oregon's a hot mess. It really is. But then there's California, which is not very similar to Washington at all, because it is a lot hotter. So what people wear is very different. You know, the fashion generally all over the state is a lot more on the just relaxed side. So you get a lot more like tank tops and stuff. So going through there, you can definitely see a change in just how people dress and act going between those states. And then you also, I saw, okay, we were going through California, and there was this guy, I don't know what the heck he was trying to do, but there was someone filming this dude, and I think he was making, like, a music video. And he was, I don't know, he was holding up, like, a stack of money that he like, fanned out this cash stack, and was just sitting there, like, doing his little gangster dance on the side of the road as we drove by. He was just, his, like, friend was filming him or something. It was so weird. So that is probably a good indication that we were in California. You know, it's... Yeah. The music is pretty much the same all over the country, because anywhere you go, there's going to be people who are, you know, fans of all types of music. So you might have certain things that are more common in certain areas. Like if you're down south, you might hear more country. Or if you're, you know, in places like California, you might hear more like rap and stuff. But all in all, you're going to hear a big variety. And I like rock music, and that's pretty ubiquitous through the entirety of the US, so it doesn't affect me much. And I have also been to Arizona. It wasn't part of the same mission trips, but it was when my dad lived in Arizona for a while. We went to visit him for a good week or so. So there was a lot of stuff going on there. It was a bit like California, but less, you know, it's still very hot, still very crowded, and I'm not a fan of hot weather, so it was painful to be there. But it definitely was not as, you know, having people on the side of the street making rap music videos kind of culture. It was There's a lot fewer Starbucks and stuff. So, you know, Arizona's a nice place, as far as I saw, aside from the heat. I could probably never live anywhere any hotter than where I am now. You know, instead of backtracking, I could actually slide down this and get back to the beginning easily, right? Ugh, almost fell in. Yeah, Washington's a weird mix of rural and heavy populated, because you have like Seattle and Olympia that are very, very, very high population, like as high population as you can get. And then you have everywhere else that are pretty low population. And, you know, especially over on... It is weird because we have a bit of a dichotomy between the east and the western sides of Washington, because the eastern side is much hotter and is usually like a lot of farmland and very Republican and very, you know, it's a very big like split right down the middle, because the left side of Washington is very liberal. It's a very weird, like, literally bipartisan state, you know? Because all the farmers over on the right side in rural Washington all are Republican. Not all, but a lot of them. And then everyone in Seattle and everyone in Olympia and everyone in every big city are all Democrat. So it's a very weird dynamic. Boeing plants that run Seattle, yeah. So we have a few Boeing plants around here. There's a Boeing plant just like I don't know, like a 20-minute ride from my house. That's not even in Seattle. It's like somewhere else. I don't know exactly where it is, but we have them all over the place. My friend John, he works at Boeing as a contractor, I think. And he helps teach some of the classes on like how to put planes together and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, on the right side of Washington is usually where all the farms are. On the left side, we do have a lot of apple orchards over here. We like our orchards in the left side, but yeah, the right side is where you're going to see all the fields. Like, I went to visit Wazoo, which is where my dad went to college. Where am I going? Why am I here? I don't know. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I went the wrong way. Yeah, my dad went to college at Wazoo, so we went there for me to see it, you know, tour around it. I didn't end up getting in, sadly. That's why I'm a streamer. And yeah, so it was pretty cool. We rode through there, saw a lot of like windmills, wind turbines, farmland, lots of rural stuff, and it was a lot hotter. But you know, that's because you got a big mountain range right in the middle of the state that you got to go through, and once you're over those mountains, the climate kind of just changes entirely. You know, apparently Oregon also had a similar dichotomy where apparently a lot of the Republican counties wanted to break off from Oregon and turn into like Eastern Oregon and Western Oregon, so they would have their own votes in the Electoral College. So it's kind of interesting. I heard that bouncing around a bit, but I don't think anything came of it just yet. But yeah, a lot of states threatening to split, you know? Yeah, Yellowstone is, that's Idaho, right? I think. So right over there on the other side of Eastern Washington. So it's pretty close. I could probably go visit there if I ever wanted to. I've heard there's some really nice views at Yellowstone, but I've also heard, you know, horror stories of people being dumb and, like, literally melting inside of the acidic geyser water. And it's just like, that sounds dangerous, but also, if you're not a freaking idiot jumping into geysers, you probably would be fine. I also saw a video recently of a guy at Yellowstone who was just approaching or like taunting a pack of wolves. It's like, bruh, you know what those are, right? Like, those are apex predators. They're all about the size of a human. You probably don't want to be running up to them and taunting them. Is crazy. Melting? Yeah, so geysers, evidently, are not only, like, well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, but also, which is, you know, well above the boiling point of water, I think. Or no, boiling point of water is 100 Celsius. For Fahrenheit, it's like 220 something? Anyway, they're very, very hot. Very hot geysers. And they're also apparently somewhat acidic, because of all the minerals that come up from deep in the earth. And yeah, so people apparently either fell in or tried to like swim across a thing that was like a little creek or a little river that was an offshoot directly from a geyser. And evidently it literally like melted them. The ones that survived got out fast enough and only had like 3rd-degree burns. But the ones that didn't get out, they were dead. They were just straight up dead. So, yeah, it was not good. Scary place, you know, geothermal activity, not very safe. Oh yeah, and definitely. I mean, I think what happened was that he was taunting the pack of wolves at a distance, and then they ended up like starting to chase him down. And that's why he kept, like, moving away, and they kept inching closer. Because, you know, wolves are endurance predators, so they're not just going to run up and attack the guy directly, but they followed him. They were just waiting for him to slow down, waiting for him to show weakness, and then they'd pounce. But yeah, that's why you don't taunt predators. You just don't. Do I have, like, 10 spare humanity yet? I've gotten a lot of them. 6. Sad. Nowhere near where I want to be. Because I wanted enough humanity that even if we lose our humanity again, we would be able to get back up to 10 to farm more. Which is not always easy to do. Poisoned. Why can't I hit you? It's a freaking weapon. Alright, we're up to 8 humanity. Yeah, you know, I even considered at one point that I might enjoy being like a park ranger for someplace like Yellowstone. Though I don't think they're hiring exactly. I don't know. At least not people with very little to no experience. Because I would not know what the heck I'm doing. But I do very much like nature, so... I'm still really sad that they got rid of the Firewatch jobs. Because, like, I think... Have you ever played or seen the game Firewatch? I think it would be, like, my dream job. You know, the guy's just like, hey, I'm gonna pay you big bucks to sit out in the middle of the woods with nobody else around for months on end. And just look at nature. Like, that sounds like a vacation that you get paid for. I would love it. Keep getting hit by cars because basically all the country is just one big city. Yeah. Yeah, wolves, basically any animal is pretty endangered due to cars. You know, like over in the US, we have a major insect crisis because not only insecticides, but also cars are mowing down thousands of insects a minute. And they just can't reproduce fast enough to keep up. So eventually, we're just gonna kind of run out of insects. And I think that people should be more worried about that than they are. Like, everyone's always like, all the bees are gonna die. It's like, sure, that's horrible, but, like, come on. Every insect is endangered right now. You don't need to be worrying specifically about the bees. Worry about all of them. You're the big bright spot. Yeah, I've seen those pictures from space. And it's weird that you can actually see all the lights on the ground from space like that. That's kind of scary. The amount of light we use to just illuminate entire portions of Earth. But yeah, Europe definitely has a very high concentration of cities and populations. The US at least has a lot of rural ground, you know? A lot of forests that we just have not at all tapped into yet. Which, you know, is good for me, as somebody who wants to live way out in the middle of nowhere and escape any kind of high population area. So, you know, when I am more established and I have the money to do so, I'm thinking maybe Kentucky. I've heard bad things about Kentucky, like people saying it's super humid and warm and kind of gross all the time, but in the way that I'm thinking is that, you know, I can just move out there. There's a lot of forest land in Kentucky, and I can just move way out in the middle of the woods and have my house have built-in air conditioning, so it doesn't really matter what the weather's like. And then boom. Plus, you know, the reason Kentucky specifically and not just any state is because apparently Kentucky is very, very cheap to live in. You know, low cost of living. Which, if my streaming takes off someday, which I sure hope it does, then I'm going to be able to afford quite well living there, because if you have like a universal income, then you can live somewhere really cheap and just, you don't have to worry about the cost of living and the average wage and everything. Go on a trip and see how it is. I should do that, yeah, before I just like go all in and move there. I should probably spend like a week or something just living over there in the middle of summer and see if it's alright. How many humanities is that? Is that enough humanities? Are we good yet? Oh, we are more than good. Okay, thank you. Well, let's rest one more time to get rid of the poison. And then we could kill Gaping Dragon. I kind of want to just keep it around for the soft humanities while I'm farming here. So we're just going to leave. Hi, what are you doing here? And then we are going to... I need to kill Dark Wraiths. So I'm going to do the progression on stream. I'm probably going to go and kill the guy. I can't parry that. Bonk. I can't parry that with that timing. That's for sure. Luckily, it does decent damage. Give me your sack. Did I ever free this guy? I did not, but he's still alive.
Yes, here, over here.
Hi, Lotorius, or whatever. Laurentius?
Oh, Beanie, thank you. I am Laurentius.
Laurentius. That was close. Alright, you going back to Firelink Shrine? Okay, bye. But yeah, it would be fun to live in another state. Oh, I think there's a K in it, but, you know, it's close enough, I think. I hear they have a lot of horses. I love horses. You know, if I was a girl, I would definitely be a horse girl. Because horses are just amazing. And Kentucky, I mean, there's the whole Kentucky Derby thing. I think that has to do with horse racing. I think they're, like, famous for it. That and fried chicken, apparently. So, all the things I love. Horses and fried chicken. How can you go wrong? ranch ambitions. I mean, I don't know if I'd like to have a full-on ranch. Maybe like a small one. Maybe some chickens, you know. But overall, I am planning to have some horses. At least one horse. But more as just a, you know, as a pet rather than a full-on ranch type thing. But of course, I would have to be rather wealthy to have a horse pet because they are expensive. So, you know, because you not only need to buy them and have a big old meadow for them to graze in. I can't rest at the bonfire here. Where's the nearest bonfire to New Londo Ruins, then? I guess the one at the other side of the Valley at Drake's? Or maybe I need to go... I don't know. I guess first we have to deal with ghosts. You know, maybe we should leave that until next time. Maybe we should, just deal with that later, because, yeesh. So I, off-stream, am probably gonna go and farm the small and large Titanite shards and try to upgrade my armor a significant amount. And then next time, we will have our armor be upgraded, so we won't be so squishy. And then we'll be able to farm up a bunch of chunks down to New Londo with them dark wraiths. 'Cause that'll be fun. A good time will be had by all. But I also need to... Yeah, once I upgrade my armor, I might want to go back to Anor Londo to kill Lautrec so that I can get the lady back, so I can use Firelink Shrine as the jumping off point for New Londo Ruins. Because otherwise, everything else is really far away from it. So I'll just be here, and we'll end. Yeah, and I'll talk to you next time, Ebos. It was very good having a chat with you about travel and the US, and also we talked about a lot of things. So I appreciate you being here as always, and I will see you next time. Have a good day. Goodbye.